All right, all right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, so Cancerians, just so you guys know, what we've been talking about for a while is that when we hit 10,000 subscribers, we would go live. Well, that's going to happen tomorrow. And the way I decided to do this is I'm going live longer on this channel than on my other one. So it'll be 3.5 hours total over on this channel. And a half hour will be specific for members. If you're a member, just know that you get an extra little kind of like smaller group oriented opportunity to get a card pull. And then aside from that, you still also have 3 more hours. I did post it so everybody kind of has the same information, but the times are listed in the community post that I made on both channels. And just so that you know, if you're also a subscriber on the other channel, you've got 2.5 hours of opportunity over on the other channel as well. And I tried to spread it out over day and night time, so that hopefully it'll be convenient for as many people as possible. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being with me. Thank you so much. Violet, you were first, love. You reclaimed your spot. Travis, Rach's Magic, Nikki O, Kimberly, so wonderful to see everyone. All right, so here we go. So Cancerians, I wanted to take a look at what's the flow for next week. What's the energy looking like? And we've got the energy of truth, clarity. Somebody's had like a eureka moment. This could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius specifically, but this is somebody who possibly has come to a conclusion because they have put in a little bit of extra, like I'll say, thought process. And if they've been spying a little bit on Cancerian, it got them thinking about something. It got them recognizing a truth. This could be Cancerian has inspired them to, think about something or to do something. This could be Cancerian has inspired them to say, ooh, I know what to get them for their birthday. This could be someone who's been inspired to realize that maybe they're interested in Cancerian. It could be a lot of different things, but we can see the inspiration here for sure. And we can see it comes from them spying. Now, I don't think this is somebody like trying to steal somebody's ideas. I think it's more like, wow, you definitely got me unstuck. And I think they feel amazing. I don't know why this person would have been stuck, but so far we don't have Cancer in this story. I was asking what's going on in Cancerians, next week. And it's like they'll possibly find out that they have helped someone without realizing that this person was being inspired by them. I feel like Cancerian's energy is helping another person, possibly a masculine. I don't know. They've come up as masculine and feminine, so I really shouldn't say that. But Cancerian's energy, maybe this person is patterning something that they do off of what they've seen Cancerian do, and they're like, wow, that's so classy. Wow, that's so amazing. Heck, maybe it's as simple as, wow, Cancerian always looks amazing every time I see them. Like, I want to take a page out of their fashion book and dress more like them. I, too, want to wear board shorts and, white tee underneath a Hawaiian button up. It could be something like that. I doubt it, though. I feel like this is more cerebral. This is maybe more about like, concepts of what a character might want to either do for a living or how they might want to improve something in their life. They were trapped somewhere between like head and heart. This feels almost career oriented. Like maybe Cancerian is like a life coach, or maybe they've given somebody a couple of like once in a while we even inspire our friends, right? We say, here's the thing about you. You're really smart. You do this and do that really well. I could totally see you using your skills and doing X, Y, or Z. I don't know. Maybe Cancerian said, I could see you going into the police academy because we got all these horseback riders, these cops on horseback. Maybe it's like you love horses and, you're cool and calm under pressure and you have a great authoritative energy to you. Why don't you combine your love of order and horses and become a horseback cop in New York? And they're like, oh my God, Cancerian's so right. It would be a highly specific example, but I still feel like Cancerian has helped somebody find a solution. Now with the Hanged Man, which is Piscean energy, I don't know that they're ready to come forward and tell Cancerian this. So why is this coming up at all? Because right now, this isn't really about Cancerian's life unless there's going to be some crossover. But we don't really see that happening right away. So is something that Cancerian doing this week going to be inspirational? Okay. Something Cancerian does is going to be like, oh, Denisa, are you guys having a bad sound? Is everybody hearing me sound like a robot right now? Is there a crackling, or do I sound like I'm at the bottom of a well or something? Do let me know. It might just be, sometimes the problem is like on wherever you are in the world, or sometimes it is on my end. So please do let me know if there's audio issues for everyone, or if it's maybe just Denisa. But okay, slightly cracky. Okay, then that probably is on my end. Crackle and robotic. That sounds awesome. Okay, hang on. I'm going to attempt something, you guys. Bear with me for just a second here. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, here's hoping. Here's hoping. Okay, did that fix it, everybody? I'm sorry for the little me disappearing for just a second. I just thought sometimes if I do just this little adjustment, even though it takes a second for it to reboot, it does fix it. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I know that's really frustrating, really annoying, but I'm so glad you told me so that we get a chance to move on a little smoother now. I'm so sorry for the interruption. But with that Justice card here, it feels like the real reason this is happening in like the background of Cancerian's week is because they deserve to know that they just improved somebody else's life. They deserve some kind of even like accolades or some like response. Like if Cancerian has just helped somebody else who's more or less been spying on them or gathering information, and that's helping them, it would be really nice for this person to pay it forward to Cancerian and be like, hey, just want to let you know you really impacted me positively. I don't know. This could be somebody who's taking something from Cancerian. The Justice card is here for a reason. Cancerian deserves some support, some payback, some kind of, like a gift or an offering or monetary assistance as well. This says, Cancerian, it's coming. I do feel like it says have faith. This is the, Taurus energy of the Hierophant. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, and it says, stay peaceful, stay calm. Cancerian does help other people, and sometimes they don't get any accolades or they don't get any assistance. Maybe it drains them to help other people. And it's like, wow, I don't know how much more I can give because it keeps emptying my well. But it says, have faith because there will be a reward that comes in for Cancerian. There will be some kind of gift, some kind of financial abundance. There's something like that coming back into Cancerian's world. And it's just because Cancerian seems to be a good person trying to do their best, even if sometimes what they do is more or less soaked up by others. Maybe this person is stealing something a little bit or copying something. There's so much intellectual theft. That's all AI is. It's just pure intellectual theft. It's terrible. I hate the AI stuff. I hate what we're doing and how there's not going to be anybody's original ideas will ever have their own name attached to it anymore. Inspiration is one thing, but theft is a whole different thing, and it just looks like that's kind of what this feels like, is somebody wants to claim I was inspired, but it's starting to make me think they're not being honest about that. But don't worry, the universe sees it, and the universe is going to give something back to Cancerian. Cancerian's originality is going to be rewarded. What they do, their efforts, they will have even a financial benefit. But it just feels like it's a week where they might be finding out that, like, wow, somebody just literally took off with my stuff, my ideas. And I guess they're really excited, but it wasn't theirs. It was mine. That's hard. It's hard to have stuff that was from, your own brainchild or something, and somebody else snags it and, runs with it. It's really hard to see that happen. And I just feel like with this, it actually says, but it's going to be made right. The universe saw it, and it's going to be made right. And if somebody doesn't have their own original ideas, guess what? They're never going to be able to create the way Cancerian can anyway. They're never going to be able to keep up. Cancerian is going to be a constant, fountain of, productivity. And this person will be maybe a one-hit wonder, but it wasn't theirs to begin with. So, it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like they might even end up with some bad karma, because this is a karma card. So this is kind of not something that Cancerian has to worry about, but they could have a moment where they feel kind of bummed this week that somebody else is like surging above, but it's off of their back. And it just says, Cancerian, deep breath, and just trust that the universe is going to set it right, and that Cancerian will be rewarded, and they will actually, they will gain traction, and they will move ahead. I really like seeing that. Wow, handsomely rewarded. We actually have Cancerian still ending up being more recognized. Sometimes even if somebody snags something that belonged to Cancerian and tries to slap their name on it, it'll still be traced back to Cancerian's original, like style or something. So this just says Cancerian may wind up with a very nice either paycheck this week, or they may wind up having new doors open for them, particularly in matters of abundance or career path. This feels not like love to me at all. This all feels like it's more, monetary and like in the workplace kind of storyline. Or even in the community, anytime that, like, say Cancerians, was part of the bake sale, and they came up with like what they were going to do for the bake sale, and then somebody else overhears it and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to be making such and such and decorate it this way. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess I got to come up with a new idea. Well, guess what? Cancerian's next new idea will be even better. They will still be the star of the bake show. It just kind of feels like there will be a payout no matter what for Cancerian. So stay steady, stay strong. Don't let this get under your skin, as hard as that is to do sometimes. All right, let's get one more here. All right, here we go. And we've got the Four of Wands in the reverse. So with the Four of Wands in the reverse, this says that even though Cancerian has a lot of success, at least by the end of the week, this is kind of something that is going to need to be addressed still. Fairness still has to be addressed, but I feel like that will be an ongoing situation. Balance, equality, that is something, unfortunately, that Cancerian may become more interested in. Like they may still have continuing, how do I want to say it? Because now this almost makes me think that this could be we'll call it a romantic partner of the past that was trying to get away with something that they shouldn't have. And it could even be with that, I didn't think of it this way, but with the Justice card, it could be that the legal system has to step in and make something right. And this person could still try to get, like circumvent and come back around yet again and try to cheat a little bit. I don't love it. Whatever this is, this person has actually kind of a sneakiness about them. I didn't see that at first to such an extent, but now it's like, wow, they're figuring out, they're using like their thoughts for cunning, and they feel really good when they come up with a plan of how they'll benefit, even if it would cost cancer. But it could be that this becomes a legal matter, and now it's looking like this could be like in a divorce of a connection or something. There could still be more that has to be worked out, but there definitely seems to be like the universe is on Cancerian's side, even if there's problems still to be worked out and ironed out and smoothed out. They're going to have some wins this week. And even if there are a few more things that still pop up, I guess the underlying thing is like Cancerian can actually say, and that's why I don't want to deal with that person anymore, because they seem to always find another way to kind of sneakily come back in and try to get something that shouldn't be theirs. They keep trying to find a way to like cheat a little bit. It's not going to work, but it does just remind Cancerian that like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not dealing with that person anymore. There's a reason that I don't want to deal with them anymore. I know it's kind of a bumpy, unfortunate little story on this one because I'm bummed that Cancerian even has to deal with this, but I do love the fact that it turns out in Cancerian's favor. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Lots of love. Really good to see you tonight. All right, everyone, take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Lots of love. Hi, Jay, Carolina. Good. I'm so glad. Kimberly, it's my pleasure. RS, hey, hey. Rachel's magic. Yes, I love that. I love that. Homesick for Hills. Hi, honey. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that that did work and it stayed consistent. Nikki, oh, so good to see you, love. Delani, awesome to see you again tonight. Hi, Cassie. AC, you're so cute. You're making sure that your contraction is right on your. Don't worry. Nobody here is going to judge you for any spelling or typo. Hi, Lulu. And thank you again, Julie, for letting me know. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys told me. And Denise said, thank you for bringing that up to me. I so appreciate that. All right, everybody. I'll see you. If you're still up tonight, I will see you over on the other channel as we do one of the today's topic videos. All right. Bye, guys.